Fed up of floor robes, driven to distraction and drowning with doom boxes? Tired of living in chaos? Welcome to Decluttering Untangled, how to declutter when you're overwhelmed, ADHD or autistic. I'm going to help you uncover the secrets to decluttering, no matter what hurdles you face. You'll discover how to declutter, de-stress and transform your world. I'm Heather Tingle, reformed hoarder, neurodivergent declutter queen, and your guide through the maze of mess. Let's get untangled. Hello Untanglers, and welcome to another episode of Decluttering Untangled with me, your host, Heather Tingle. Now, before I start on today's episode, this is a time-limited offer. So if you're listening at the end of November or before the 2nd of December 2024, I've got an offer for you. If you go to the show notes or go to www.untangledbytingle.com/offers, I have 3 special Black Friday offers for you. So first of all, I'm reopening up my membership, which is the Untangled Life membership. I haven't done this for, nearly a year, I think. And it's where we body double to get things done. We declutter, we have challenges. It's a really great little group. And we have guest expert trainings in all sorts of things for you to declutter your entire life. Secondly, there's Christmas Untangled, which is an email every day in December with a mini task to do to help you feel a little bit in control. And due to popular demand, the third offer is an online workshop on zoning and getting started with decluttering. So do check those out. Okay, on to today's episode. Now, today's episode is quite a quick one, and I think you're probably at the point where you need a short, sharp shock after one of the last few episodes have been quite long, so this is a short one for you. It's what to do with items that aren't yours. Now, this isn't about what to do with your partner's stuff, for example, but those random things that have somehow ended up in your home and you've either no idea where they've come from or someone's left them. Maybe you've had friends over and they've left something, or you borrowed something off someone and never gave it back. This is usually okay when you're still in touch with someone and you can arrange to get it back to them, like your friends or family. But what happens when it's been years and you feel awkward, or you're no longer friends with someone, or the item is no longer appropriate, like they left a child's coat that now wouldn't fit them, for example? Or maybe you don't actually know whose it is in the first place. It just randomly appeared. So what do you do? So now the answer, first of all, is not to feel bad and hide it in a cupboard somewhere for another few years, because I know that's what some of you have probably already done. It doesn't work. So now's the time to get it sorted. The first thing is that you have to ask, do you have any way of contacting this person to ask if they want it back? Even if it would feel awkward to do so, if it's mega awkward, like an ex, for example, and you know their address, but you maybe don't have their phone number, then it is totally okay, no matter how long it's been in your home. If you know where they live, it is totally okay to post it to them with a note to say, I found these, so I thought I'd return them. Apologies. That's it. That's all you need to do. No biggie. Just let it go. Let the mail service deliver it to that person. And then it is a weight off your mind. The other thing to be aware of is you need to set a time limit for them to either pick it up from you or for you to drop it off with them. It is so easy for life to get in the way, and before you know it, another year has gone by where you still haven't got it back to them. So give yourself a time limit. I would say a couple of weeks is really ample. And if you've not dropped it off or they've not picked it up, you can give it away and feel okay by that. But make sure they're aware of the time constraint. So make sure, hi, I found this at my house from when you left it. Can you pop and pick it up within the next couple of weeks? Thanks. That's it. Done. You've given them that opportunity. So it is relatively easy once you overcome the awkwardness to give something back to someone you know, even if it felt a bit weird to do so. But what happens when you can't return the item easily? So you've lost touch or you don't have their details anymore. First of all, what I really want to do is ask yourself, does it actually have any value? Sentimental or monetary? The reason so many people didn't bother with items left at my party that I had, including a blow-up parrot, is that they were bought for that party and they were disposable and they were thought of as disposable. Now, me being totally sentimental and wanting to keep everything, if I took something to a party like a blow-up parrot, I would then bring it back home with me and keep it in with, dressing up stuff until the next occasion where I wanted to go with a pirate, for example. That's me. Most people aren't like that. They buy stuff to have fun with, for example, for dressing up for one night, and then it's forgotten about. They don't want it back. So is it that it is actually disposable to them? Now, you never know what is sentimental or not. So if you can contact them, great. But if you can't, and months or years and years have gone by without them asking for it back, it is probably safe to say it does not hold any value for them, because if it did, they would have tried to get it back. If it was that important and they were that, if it was like me and, I'd left my parrot at someone's house, this plastic parrot, I would have messaged them saying, did I leave my parrot at your house? I'll come and get it back when I see you next. That's what I would have done. But if they've not done that, they're probably not as sentimental and daft as I am, so they probably would have let it go. So because of that, I think it is really important that you remove the guilt. Things happen. Life gets in the way. People leave things all the time. But it is not your responsibility to find the perfect solution for that item. It really isn't. It is not your item, and things happen. What you can do, though, is remember to yourself, you're doing better now for the future by decluttering all this stuff in your home, including stuff that's not yours, which means it's less likely to happen again in the future. And remember, it does take two to tango. They could have asked for it back. It's not all on your shoulders. So this is me giving you permission to let something go. If holding on to it isn't going to make life any easier, which it won't, then all it's going to do is nag away at you as something that never got completed. You will feel guilty because it is still in your house. So you are going to now get a Heather says it's okay moment to let it go. Pass it on to a charity or somewhere else where it is going to go on to someone that needs it right now, because that other person obviously does not need it right now. Otherwise, they would have got it back. So you get permission to let it go from me. And also remember, you're going to stop it happening in the future. So I once had this epic party, which was themed, and there was all sorts of things left out. Now, the next day, I found so much stuff that I can't even discuss on this podcast. And I created a WhatsApp group for everybody who was at the party. I posted photos and gave them a time limit to pick it up. If they hadn't collected it by that time, I took it to the charity shop when it wasn't claimed. 99% of it was not claimed. It was not important to them. They let it go. Now, old me would have kept that in a box, probably in my loft, for years, probably until I died. And then it would have then got chucked away because no one would have, what on earth is all this stuff? So it's totally okay to try and get into the habit, once people have been, that you have a quick look round for rogue items, either at the end of the night or the next day, and make contact quickly to get it sorted, because the longer you leave it, the more awkward it becomes and the more you'll put it off and feel bad about it. So I think the end thing that you need to remember is you get a Heather says it's okay to let them go. It's not your responsibility anymore. And also remember, these items aren't yours. So making a decision to move them out of your home isn't selfish. All it is reclaiming your space. You are allowed to do that. You are not responsible for being their permanent home. So until next time, be kind to yourself, remember you're not alone, and keep untangling. Thanks for joining me for today's episode of Decluttering Untangled. If you found anything that I've said today helpful, please do me a favour, hit that subscribe button or leave me a review. It's like receiving a virtual high five that keeps me going and lets me know that I'm helping real people out there and I'm making a difference. Please remember, you're not alone in this. I'm building a community of fellow untanglers over on Facebook. Just visit the show notes for the link to my free decluttering community. So until next time, remember, you're not alone, you're not lazy, you can untangle your life.